Archiving sounds terribly expensive, Nick. Sounds incredibly expensive, and I want to keep it to the bare minimum. You know, I do a migration project. I see the value in that because I can get high quality data into my SAP landscape. But surely this archiving thing is just a bit of a waste of money, isn't it? How can you really justify all this spend on archiving, and what's the business benefits of doing so?
Well, I mean, if you just look at the cost of disk storage for an SAP system, tier 1 disk storage, Gartner did a project a few years ago and actually said anywhere between 50 and 150,000 pounds per terabyte for tier 1 disk storage for an SAP. So, you know, most customers that we talk to have 2 or 3 terabytes in their production system. Then they might have a disaster recovery, got QA, got test systems. So across their landscape, they might have 10, 12 terabytes. If I can halve that, I can probably save them maybe £750,000 just in disk storage alone.
So hang on, let me just repeat that. So what you're saying, basically, we go through the migration, we identify the active and inactive records, we migrate the high quality stuff into SAP.
Yep.
That reduces the volumes there.
Yep.
And then you're saying now the archiving stuff we can then put somewhere else.
Yep.
And dramatically reduce the cost of my SAP architecture.
Correct. And the other thing, of course, is we're not putting it on tier 1 storage, we're putting it on much cheaper tier 3 storage, so the actual storage of the archive is very cheap.
Right, so are you saying that when you go and do an archive strategy or have a conversation with the customer, you can actually quantify how much money you can reduce their SAP architecture by doing some archiving?
Yeah, typically we'll not even do that as part of the project. We'll do it completely up front. So we go into a customer, look at the size of their database, apply these retention periods and residency periods to the data, and come up with a model which shows you how much data we could actually remove to the archive.
How long does that take?
Typically a couple of weeks to do. We give them a couple of standard SAP transactions to run. We have some software back at base which does all the manipulation, and then we come back with a report to actually show them how much savings they could actually make.